Seriously, man. Y'all motherfuckers make me sick.
Now, we all have grievances with YouTube. Demonetization and censorship affect us too. It's harder than ever to earn a living on the platform, but you have to make good content here to make money.
That is an extremely subjective statement about an extremely objective subject. Right? You have to make good content to make money on the platform. What exactly does that mean? Because I've seen a lot of shit content that's made a lot of fucking money. So what? Are you kidding me with this shit? There's a lot of shit content on YouTube that makes a lot of fucking money. How, like, they think you're all stupid. They do. They think you're all stupid.
Agdam's content was weird and low quality at best. She seems unstable and likely mentally ill.
So here's where they're going to tell you that because she made surreal content, how could anybody not be surprised? Because she's clearly mentally ill. She made surreal content. That's the angle.
And her belief that it was some conspiracy keeping her from YouTube fame seems to have caused this tragedy.
A conspiracy. She's a crazy conspiracy theorist that made surreal content. That's how this happened. It's building. It's coming.
We stand with our friends at YouTube. The right to make and post videos is not a right to make popular videos and to be rich and famous.
No. No. You're very correct. It is not a right to be rich and famous and popular. You have to earn that. I acknowledge that. I do. But for a company who speaks out so much about how they want to level the playing field, get equality, diversity, right? We're going to equalize the playing field. For them to hinder you because they disagree with you philosophically, politically, or whatever, that's a bit different. Don't you think? No. She doesn't have a right to be popular on the site. But she should have had her right to have a chance.
This is a community we love, and violence is obviously never how we solve problems here.
Yeah. Violence is never how we solve problems here. Good message. You're kind of a fucking asshat, but good message. Look. You're all such basic motherfuckers. Every one of you that decided to take this and fucking run with it, she made crazy content. You're all so basic. So very, very basic. It was just yesterday.
Family members in Menifee, where she used to live, tell us she had been making a living as a social media personality, posting in English, Farsi, and Turkish about animal rights and becoming a vegan, but also making more upbeat music and dance videos. The family became concerned this past weekend when they couldn't reach Agdam by phone or at her home in San Diego. They alerted police, and at 2 a.m. Tuesday morning, they got word that Agdam had been found safe in her car in Mountain View, California. When the family realized that was close to YouTube headquarters in San Bruno, they told police that Agdam had been complaining about YouTube and how the company was, quote, ruining her life. They say police told them they would keep an eye on her.
There is a lot going on in that clip. And I understand there's a lot going on in that clip. But what is of paramount importance for you to keep in your mind, I believe, as the key points of this entire situation, is that she made surreal, crazy shit content. Because that's exactly why I didn't address it. I didn't mention it. Didn't say anything about the Goofy Bunny. And the fucking cow head and the dancing and the weird green screen shit. I didn't mention that shit. Why? Because that doesn't mean anything. What does it mean? She made surreal content. So does Poppy. Oh my God, she makes some crazy shit. We better lock her ass up right away. There's a lot of people that make surreal, fucked up content. My heating pad made a video where it threatened another YouTuber. Dude, the fucking the hashtag free Kekistan epic. Almost every video in that series is all surreal, fucking weird videos, man. They're all that shit. Maybe I'm crazy too. Or maybe I think that shit's interesting, and I think it's cool to do that kind of editing. So I did it. I thought it would be neat. Thought it would be entertaining to people. I have a little story going on with it. But I also have 3 different colored texts that occasionally when I have spare money, it's been a while, but we're getting back there. But whenever I have spare money, 3 different colored texts run contests where they offer you guys artwork. And I don't know anything about it. I'm completely unaware that this is happening. We're trying to fucking entertain people. She had 5,000 subscribers. That's not a lot. But that's twice what I have. You know? Like, and what are we trying to say? She made shit content. So, you know, YouTube demonetized her. She doesn't have a right to be popular. She's got to make good content. Apparently 5,000 people thought it was good enough that they fucking clicked that red button. I don't know how many views she was getting, but her parents say that she was making a living doing it. That's rough when your income gets cut in half or worse all of a sudden. So what are we saying? It's fine that they demonetized her shit because it was shit? Well, what does that say about all of your demonetized videos? Are they shit? I don't think that way about my videos. I think my videos are pretty damn good. And yet, many are demonetized. And there have been, man, how many videos have I watched before I decided to run my little experiment, do my little experiment video with it, playing around with the fucking algorithm to see if we can see a correlation between how many views we get depending on whether or not the video is demonetized or not. I didn't do a really good job, but I've watched videos where people did. And it's staggering to see the difference that that little yellow dot makes. So yeah, she had a little bit of a legitimate gripe. Is that an excuse for what she did? Absolutely not. No. But is it in any way okay to make the argument, well, she had shit content and it was weird and clearly that means she's crazy? Or it means that she was totally sane. But something happened that drove her to madness. Because otherwise we really need to take a hard look at Poppy. Because she makes weird videos. Really weird videos. Where she stares vacantly into the camera. Which was another thing I heard. So what, man? That was her shtick. Velveeta fucking painted a goddamn moon on her forehead. I have a backwards hat, goddamn Kekistan flag with the stick figure drawing that every once in a while I have as a co-host of my show. Is this really the argument we're making? Because that's 90% of YouTube. Who do you watch that doesn't make a surreal video from time to time? Because it's fun. It's a decompression for us. A lot of the times we do a lot of serious videos. And every once in a while we get a funny, goofy thought in our head and we go, I'm going to run with it because it'll just be fun to do one day and I'm going to take a break from doing serious shit. Maybe that's how some of us decompress. And maybe sometimes it's not enough anymore. Especially when you get that ripped out from underneath you. It's an asinine point. An asinine point. And on the subject of asinine points,
I'm being discriminated and filtered on YouTube, and I'm not the only one.
that video posted 9 hours before I recorded it, so mid-afternoon yesterday for everybody right now, in the future. Mid-afternoon, and then yet again. I played the entire video. Hey, it was 35 seconds long, whatever. You know. I'll take my lumps if they decide they want to claim the money from this. Good luck not monetizing it. You're going to be the ones doing that. Whatever. Yeah, there you go. Fucking gotta make sure to remember how rare this is that women do this. Usually it's men. And it was very interesting to see the like-dislike ratio on that. It was very close, but you guys were losing. Like, dude. Just misdirection. Just look over here. No. Don't look at the issue, because the issue makes us look bad. Look over here at this. She made crazy content. Like every other YouTuber you watch. Jesus Christ, PewDiePie. We really need to look into him too. And Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, they're all crazy. Delirious, H2O Delirious, oh my god. The shit that guy could be up to. He makes crazy videos. Dude. Watch your neighbor. If they're doing anything odd, make sure you report it. You hear that in there? This person makes crazy content. They could wind up being a shooter someday. They've made videos about how they don't like YouTube because of what YouTube's doing. They could be crazy people. Better watch out for them. Anybody else hearing that? In the back of their mind? For all the world, it seems like this is YouTube's official statement on the subject. She's one of those crazy people that makes weird content and that talks about how they don't like what YouTube is doing. And it's not even good content. So what did she even think? She thought she was going to be rich and famous? She had 5,000 subscribers. And her parents say that she was making a living doing this. That's not too bad. I think she had a market. I think that's pretty fair to say. Because people watched her. For whatever reason. So, what are we really getting at whenever we bring these things up? Why do we always have to reiterate? You know, men are really the violent ones. This is very, very rare. It's getting so amazingly blatant now. Blatant. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. They're still trying to be slick, but they're stupid. Or they think you are. That you're not catching on to this. And they're loving it. Every time some dummy thinks she made crazy content is a fucking argument and throws that shit out there, they love it. It's awesome for YouTube because don't pay attention to the issue. We're stifling people's growth. We've all but admitted it. You're hindering people. Harrison Bergeron. What you say is too controversial. She had she said she had an exercising video that was demonetized. And Nicki Minaj and Miley Cyrus, they have these salacious videos and all sexual and they're fine. And I often wonder if that's actually the case. I wonder if Nicki Minaj and all them are suffering the same thing. It's just they don't fucking care because their YouTube is so minimal of a fucking making for them that they don't give a shit about it. You know what I mean? So it's making their argument for them. What did she expect? How can we possibly be at fault in this? She made bad content. It's not our fault that she had 5,000 subscribers plus and was reported to be making a living doing YouTube. It's not our fault that we got pressured from everybody that has some shit tribal agenda that you can't support this kind of content. So we had to put this mad, crazy Skynet AI in our fucking system, and we programmed it to be a prick. And so it just demonetizes everything because it doesn't even fucking realize what we want because our ideology is so bass fucking awkward and confusing and hypocritical and contradictory more often than not. But it makes sense to us because we just will it to. So we're going to force a computer to understand that with its cold, rational logic. So what does it do? In order to save humanity, eliminate humanity. Because humanity itself is its greatest threat. So we're just going to fucking demonetize everything. Because heaven forbid anybody see that there was a Pepsi ad before a video where somebody talked about white nationalism. Because that automatically means that Pepsi supports white nationalism if you're a moron. So, we have to make sure that all the morons are sated because they cannot be fed. Because they're sick with hatred. And we have to pander to them because 5 of them will tell us about the millions that are not going to buy our product. They don't even know 20 people between them, but hey, they've got 300 people that follow them on Twitter. Who knows what kind of power that may wield. Because McDonald's may never sell another cheeseburger if they're featured as an advertiser before a video where somebody says the N-word. You gotta be fucking kidding me. These boycotts don't work. That's why everybody that's ever been boycotted is still doing the same shit they were doing when they were boycotted. They don't work. They never work. Nobody's going to stop buying a Sleep Number bed because what the fuckers are named tweeted something shitty at one of those kids. You're out of your fucking minds. But they buy into it because it's easy to sell hatred. It's easy to sell bend my hatred. And so somebody who, from everything I have actually heard, her worst offense that I could possibly fathom on the part of the algorithm, again, a cold, in-the-box, rational, my programming is this type being, the only thing I can think that it would have tagged her on is her vegan belief. She was a vegan. And she was an activist in support of animal rights. So I imagine activist and rights is where it was flagged because we don't like rights and activism is a tricky subject. And so she gets swept up in all this shit with her little surreal dancing channel, and bam. And yeah, sure as shit. You roll the dice enough times, you're gonna come up snake eyes. You fuck with a large enough amount of people, one of them you're gonna find, to your chagrin, is unhinged. And here we are. But heaven forbid that somebody think H&M is racist. And if you don't get why I'm laughing at that, you are apparently not the coolest monkey in the jungle. You know what I mean? Like, dude, identity politics. What a fun time. Yeah, I'll begin to realize my content is starting to change. Like, fuck me. I just can't, it's getting too much. It's getting to be too much. We're seeing fatal results now. Like, it was bad when the dude got shot where Miley was talking, but that, you know, disagreements lead to fights, fights lead to violence, sometimes violence leads to murder. I don't think it was murder in that case. I think the dude was just injured, but nevertheless, These things happen. Sometimes it leads to murder. We accept that as a society. Sometimes people in the moment could get so heated and sick, so full of emotion, that they do things they wouldn't normally do. And we judge whether or not that's a thing that could possibly be reoccurring, if this person is really at their core a violent person, and then we sentence them for an amount of time according to what we think is proper and right, with our fallible human sense of those things. Girl gets run over. Suicide shooter. And where does it go from here? This isn't getting better. Is the demonetization really helping? Seems to be a thing that's made a lot of people angry. And now we have blood on our hands. But after all, she made shit content, so, you know, who can blame us for stifling our possibility of growth? Because she was a vegan animal rights activist. And somebody might think that McDonald's supports animal rights if there's a McDonald's commercial before one of her videos where she talks about animal rights. And heaven fucking forbid that anybody think that McDonald's in any way treats animals in a humane manner, or believes that they have a right to anything, such as mercy or a quick death, you know? We here at McDonald's, we torture our animals before we feed them to you. We figure that misery and pain will just seep itself into the very meat of the animal, and you'll get to experience that every day and rejoice at the misery you feel of what we've done to these animals. So don't you dare put our fucking video in front of an animal rights video. God damn it. See, we can play the game any way we want to, right? Because there really are no rules but the ones we make up. Isn't this fun? That is a fucking extremely subjective comment about an extremely objective statement. Fuck, that's wrong. About an extremely objective thing. God damn it. Redo that. That is an extremely subjective statement about an extremely objective subject. Right?